This is Nigeria breaking news. Today is Thursday, June 10th, 2010. My name is Johnny Dehan. Join us every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 p.m. Nigeria, 9 p.m. UK, 10 p.m. Italy time, and 1 p.m. California for the Nigerian Talk Forum. In Edo State today, there were gathering of all the chiefs, the Gihon, the Ojonweris, to try and tackle the problem of crimes in Edo State. Also in Akure, in Ondo State, the king that beat his wife, King Deji, was actually voted, deposed, banished, and immediately arrested and sent to jail today in Akure in Ondo State. That is the first time in the history of monarch that has happened. But all of those are small compared to what we are about to talk about this evening that probably you are already aware of. That is the plight of all Nigerians in Libya. On June 2nd last week on Wednesday, 18 Nigerians were publicly executed by firing squad. Seldom has you ever seen a country where 18 of another country's citizens were just masqueraded like pigs and cows and goats and publicly executed. It's a thump on the nose of Nigeria. For you to understand this, you have to compare the country of Libya to Nigeria. The entire population of Libya is only 5.6 million people. Just call it 6 million. Of these, you have 2.9 million as men and 2.7 million women and 162,669 foreigners, among whom are Nigerians. But compare that to Nigeria, who is over 150 million people. The only country separating Nigeria from Libya is the Niger Republic. How long must Nigeria remain silent while his citizens are being publicly masqueraded and killed like chicken? There is a diplomatic tension between Libya and Nigeria, and that started when Libyan Muammar Gaddafi suggested Nigeria need to split in order to move on, and that angered so many elected officials in Nigeria, and the ambassador was recalled. Prior to that, the person who is directly in charge of everything that is happening between Nigeria and Libya, who follows them, is the chairman of the House of Representative Committee on Diaspora Issue by the name of Abike Dabiri. Abike Dabiri has been sounding all the alarm she could for the last few years, but our foreign ministry has done nothing, absolutely nothing. How come a country so small like Libya would take 18 Nigerians and publicly kill us? When you arrest one American, it means you arrest all Americans. If you kidnap one American, it means you are kidnapped all Americans. If you forcibly jail one American somewhere, well, they will bring the hammer down on you. How can and how long can Nigeria just stand by and have its citizens mercilessly killed and publicly humiliated our country, Nigeria? And how long must the educated ones in Nigeria, the PhDs, the doctors, the lawyers, the masters, the bachelor's degree holders, all of them just stood by and said, I don't know those that are killed. None of my business. My father wasn't there. My sister wasn't there. By the way, what were they doing in Libya? Well, it's easy for us to say that from a distance. You only need to know that majority of the people in Libya only use that as a transit point to get to Europe. Upon getting there, they get stranded one way or the other. Join us this Sunday, because this will be the only topic that will occupy all our time, while we'll briefly talk about the incident of the happening in Edo State, the Omonoba. We will briefly talk about that. But we are going to devote the entire full hour to the plight of Nigerians being mercilessly humiliated. Not the people that are killed, the 18, but Nigeria as a country. How long must we remain silent? How long can we stand by and have our fellow Nigerians publicly killed by firing squad? In order not to inflame this, we wanted to attach a video of a firing squad, not of the Nigerians, but a video so that you see what it looks like, the fear in these people's face. When you hear my voice and you go back to sleep tonight, would you really go back to sleep and have a nice sleep, knowing fully well that more Nigerians are about to be killed in Libya, and our foreign ministry is not doing anything? Don't take my word for it. This is the word of the person that is directly in charge, Abike Dabiri. Visit Nigeria Breaking News. How long can we stay? We have spoken last week. We are asking everybody who knows anybody. Call the president. Call your elected officials. Call your senators. Call the governors. Call your House of Rep. Pass this message to millions of other Nigerians and let everybody govern it. We are not asking for anarchy. We are asking for diplomatic solution. If nothing happened, the Nigerian government needs to show to Libya that you don't mess with a Nigerian and go free. And by the way, some of the largest construction companies in Nigeria, in Abuja alone, are owned by the Lebanese and the Libyans. How can these people sit and kill us in Libya and then manage the biggest company in our economy and siphon our economy and then kill us at the same time in their homeland? What happened to one Nigeria should, in all senses, happen to every Nigerian. Are you all just going to sit back and act as coward and chicken because it doesn't happen to you yet? Or because you can't put faces to these people that have just been killed? Sit back. We will bring more pictures to you as they continue to kill more Nigerians. It may be by the time they kill 20, 30, 40, it may be at that point, it may be the quantity would then wake all of you up. It doesn't matter whether it's one or two. These people may have committed the worst crime on earth. I'm not defending that. But at the same time, our Nigerian government has not explained to us how these 18 people ended up being executed by firing squad. Ladies and gentlemen, when you hear my voice and you think this not happen to you, and you simply go back and say, "This, I'm a Nigerian, but I don't know these people," may God bless your soul. For those of you that want to hear more about this, please join us on Sunday, this Sunday, by dialing in 347-426-3610. And join us to spread this word. Stop killing Nigerians. Stop treating us like chicken. Stop treating us as if our lives means nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, what happened to one Nigeria should happen to all of us. And if you think otherwise, may God bless your soul. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. My name is Johnny Dehan. NigeriaBreakingNews.com